The cabin door clicked shut just as the lights flickered, and my best friend froze in the middle of the tiny hotel room. She looked at the single bed, then at me, swallowing hard. Hours later, while the rain hammered against the windows and sleep refused to come, she turned toward me in the darkness and whispered 6 words that changed everything. "So, you forgive me?" Some moments arrive without warning, quietly stepping into ordinary lives before changing them forever. This is one of those moments. It isn't a story about perfect people or magical coincidences. It's about 2 lifelong friends carrying years of laughter, hidden regrets, and one painful secret that neither of them had ever found the courage to face. Sometimes forgiveness doesn't begin with an apology. Sometimes it begins with sharing silence in the same room, hearing the storm outside while realizing the biggest storm has always been inside your own heart. If you've ever wondered whether a friendship can survive the weight of unspoken words, stay with me until the end because this journey might remind you of someone you've never truly stopped caring about. Before we begin, if you enjoy emotional and inspiring stories like this, make sure to support the channel by liking this video, subscribing, and sharing your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us bring more powerful stories of kindness, hope, and humanity. Emily had been my best friend since we were 8 years old. We had survived awkward school dances, impossible math exams, broken bicycles, family arguments, and every embarrassing stage of growing up together. Everyone around us assumed we would eventually become a couple, but life rarely follows the script other people write. We dated different people, attended different colleges, and chased different dreams, yet somehow we always found our way back to each other's lives. When Emily called asking if I wanted to join her for a weekend photography festival in the mountains, I agreed without hesitation. It had been almost a year since we'd spent real time together instead of exchanging rushed messages and birthday wishes. The drive felt wonderfully familiar. She sang badly to old songs on the radio while I laughed until my stomach hurt. Every few miles she pointed her camera through the windshield, insisting clouds looked different in the mountains. Nothing seemed unusual, except for the moments when I caught her staring out the window with a distant expression she quickly covered with a smile. By the time we reached the lodge, a fierce thunderstorm had rolled across the valley. The receptionist looked genuinely apologetic. "I'm so sorry," she explained. "A plumbing emergency flooded several rooms. We only have one available." Emily looked at me before asking, "2 beds?" The receptionist shook her head. "1 queen bed." I shrugged with an awkward laugh. "We've survived camping in worse situations." Emily smiled, but it didn't quite reach her eyes. Later, we changed into comfortable clothes and climbed into opposite sides of the bed, leaving an exaggerated stretch of empty mattress between us. We laughed at how ridiculous we looked. "Relax," I joked. "I'm not going to steal your blanket. You always stole the blanket during school trips." I was cold. "You were dramatic." The laughter faded naturally into comfortable silence. Outside, thunder echoed through the mountains. Inside, neither of us slept. I noticed Emily turning several times before finally sitting upright. "You okay?" She nodded without looking at me. "Couldn't sleep." "Me neither." Minutes passed. Then she quietly asked, "Can I tell you something?" "Always." She took a slow breath. "There's a reason I wanted this trip." I sat up, sensing the weight in her voice. "You remember 5 years ago," she whispered, "when you asked why I suddenly stopped talking to you for months?" I remembered it too well. Back then, I had blamed myself. I'd replayed every conversation, searching for something I'd done wrong. Eventually she'd returned, saying she had simply needed space. I accepted the explanation because losing her completely felt worse than accepting a mystery. "I never told you the truth," she said. Rain battered the windows harder. "My father was in the hospital." I frowned. "You told me he was traveling for work." I lied. Her voice cracked. "He had heart failure." I stared at her, stunned. I spent every day sitting beside his hospital bed. "Emily, why didn't you tell me?" Tears gathered in her eyes. "Because you had just lost your grandmother." I couldn't speak. "You were barely holding yourself together." Every time I picked up my phone, I imagined adding my pain to yours. I convinced myself protecting you meant carrying everything alone. She wiped her face with trembling fingers. But that's not the worst part. The room suddenly felt smaller. The night he passed away, you called. I remembered that call. She never answered. I watched it ring, she whispered. I couldn't even say goodbye properly. After that, I felt ashamed. Every day that passed made it harder to explain. Months turned into silence. She looked directly at me for the first time. I've hated myself ever since. Neither of us moved. Years of confusion suddenly rearranged themselves into heartbreaking clarity. I thought you abandoned me, I admitted quietly. I know. I thought our friendship wasn't important anymore. It was the most important thing in my life. The words hung between us like fragile glass. Emily's shoulders began shaking as she cried without trying to hide it. I kept waiting for the perfect time to tell you. Birthdays felt wrong. Holidays felt wrong. Every reunion felt too happy to ruin with the truth. So I kept pretending everything was normal. I reached for her hand. She hesitated only a second before holding mine tightly. The storm outside continued, but somehow it sounded farther away now. I was angry, I admitted. You had every right. I even convinced myself you didn't care. She closed her eyes. I cared too much. Neither of us noticed how long we sat there in silence. Then she leaned back against the headboard, staring toward the ceiling. So, she whispered with heartbreaking uncertainty. So you forgive me?